What if I told you Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa, isn't the grieving angel the media paints her to be? What if her own daughter just leaked shocking party footage that flips the script completely? The internet is in meltdown mode. Fans are furious, and haters are screaming, "We knew it!" But here's the kicker. This isn't just about a wild night out. Nope. This could expose a side of Vanessa Bryant the world was never supposed to see. Buckle up, because the perfect widow narrative might have just cracked wide open, and her daughter is holding the receipts. So, here's the scandal rocking the internet right now. Vanessa Bryant, the woman the world once wrapped in sympathy, the widow we all thought was locked in eternal grief, has just been caught on camera by her own daughter, living it up in a way that nobody saw coming. And before you think this is just another harmless clip of a mom dancing at a party, let me stop you right there. Because the leaked footage shows Vanessa in a scene that could unravel the carefully constructed image she's maintained since Kobe's tragic passing. The video didn't come from paparazzi. It wasn't dug up by some shady gossip blog. No, it came straight from the inside. Her daughter, Natalia. That's what makes it explode. Because if the whispers are true, this wasn't some innocent mistake. This was a deliberate mistake. And let's be, if your own daughter decides to leak footage, something bigger is going on behind closed doors. Family revenge, or maybe just the truth Vanessa never wanted us to. Now let's rewind for a Remember how the world first rallied around her? After Kobe and Gianna's deaths, she became the face, the grieving mother who stood tall at memorials, the woman who turned pain into inspiration. But dig her, and you'll see a history of controversies that were brushed under. Lawsuits against her other, whispers of secret relationships, endless drama about inheritance. Vanessa has been swimming in scandal long before this party clip hit. And yet every time she somehow managed to protect it. But not, because this time it's family turning her. And nothing hits harder than betrayal. The leaked footage reportedly shows Vanessa at a private Beverly Hills party. Expensive champagne bottles everywhere, luxury cars parked outside, celebrities mingling in air. And in the all, Vanessa herself not just dancing but we're talking red dress, diamond necklace, glass raised high, surrounded by young NBA players age. One anonymous insider plea. She wasn't mourning Kobe. She was celebrating like she'd been waiting for words. But when paired with the video, it's hard not to wonder what really might. Of course, the internet lost its kind. Fans who once defended her were suddenly questioning everything. One tweet read, "Vanessa out here partying like Kobe did," and her daughter. Others were to defend her, saying she deserves happiness and that people need to stop holding widows. But the fact that this footage came through her daughter's hands added a layer of betrayal that why would Natalia risk embarrassing her own mom unless something fake? And here's darker. Sources close to the family claim Natalia has been at odds with her mom for months, clashing over lifestyle choices, money, and the way Vanessa's been spending. Remember, Kobe left behind a massive estate worth millions. Natalia, now in her 20s, allegedly feels shut out of decisions, treated more like her. And if you the dots, leaking footage of Vanessa wilding out at a party suddenly looks less like a mistake message. Mom's not the she is. What makes this even due timing? The footage leaked just days after whispers surfaced online. Vanessa was considering a documentary about her life with Kobe, a book that would cement her image as the ultimate grieving turned survivor. But if the public now sees her as a woman in designer heels, popping bottles with athletes and brushing shoulders with influencers, that crumbles. Because let's be real, audiences don't want to watch a documentary about resilience if the leading lady is out here acting like the reality show. And since Vanessa Bryant isn't just trolls anymore, she isn't just fending off rumors about pregnancies or her own mother. Now she's got to explain why her daughter felt compelled to family laundry. Because when the betrayal comes from inside the house, it is run thin. And trust me, the internet is. The drama only escalated once the clip started circulating on reels. Within hours, hashtags like #Vanessa Uncovered and #Party worldwide. And let's not some small leak. We're talking millions of views, endless reaction videos, and meme overdrive. One meme showed Kobe's famous Mamba face, Photoshop footage with the caption, "This ain't left behind. Cruel?" Absolutely, even more so. But what really set people off wasn't just the thing or the champagne. Company she was keeping. Rumors swirled that one of the young athletes at the party was a rising NBA star who'd been spotted weeks earlier. Another face in the background looked suspiciously like a controversial rapper known for worse headlines. And if you think that's just coincidence, claim otherwise. One anonymous friend said, "Vanessa being with that crowd for a while. Cameras just finally caught up." Now here's where it gets messy. Fans who once saw Vanessa as untouchable began digging deeper in public appearances. gala she attended last month? Suddenly, people are dissecting footage, claiming she wasn't there but for the after party. Labeled as evidence of reckless spending, every move she's made over the past year is now under a microscope, and the internet is treating her like the villain of a soap opera. And let's not forget the daughter at the center of this storm, Natalia. The big question is, why would she risk detonating her mom's image like this? Some say it's jealousy, that Natalia is tired of being overshadowed by her mom's public persona. Others whisper it's about money, plain and simple. One supposed family insider leaked that Natalia recently asked for more control over her trust fund, only to be shut down. If true, that would explain why she's ready to flip the script and let the world see Vanessa's late-night antics. But if you think Vanessa's just going to sit quietly while the world drags her name, think again. Reports suggest her lawyers are already working overtime, trying to scrub the footage from the internet. Good luck with that, because once something hits TikTok, it's basically digital immortality. Screenshots, re-uploads, reaction edits, you can't put that genie back in the bottle. And every attempt to erase it just makes people more curious. It's the classic Streisand effect. The harder you try to hide something, the bigger it blows. Meanwhile, Hollywood gossip blogs are treating this like the Super Bowl of scandal. Some are calling it the fall of Saint Vanessa. Others are predicting it could spark a family feud that plays out messier than a Kardashian divorce. And let's be honest, if Natalia has more clips, or worse, this could be just the beginning. Imagine what else might be hiding on her texts, voice, screenshots of luxury spendings. The internet is already foaming at the mouth, waiting for part 2 of the expo. And in the middle of all this chaos, one question keeps echoing across social media. Who is the real Vanessa? Is she the grieving widow who inspired millions, or the champagne-sipping party queen her daughter just The truth might be a little of both, but the public isn't ready for that news. They want villains and heroes, saints and right now, Vanessa's halo is slipping. And just when you thought this circus couldn't get any better, enter the lawyers, the PR teams, and yes, even whispers of government because when you're dealing with estates worth hundreds of millions, lavish spending, and suspicious leaks, regulators suddenly perk up. There's chatter about taxes, questions about how foundation money has been used, and whether Vanessa's charity galas were more about designer gowns than Nothing confirmed yet, but you know how the moment the word investigation's up, headlines right. Meanwhile, the public backlash is spiraling out of sponsors that once proudly attached their names to the Bryant legacy are suddenly ghosting her. One luxury brand allegedly paused negotiations on a deal after the footage viral, worried that Vanessa's image was veering from graceful widow to Hollywood wild. And in the brutal world of celebrity branding, perception, a single leaked clip can millions. But here's the real kicker. Sources close to Natalia claim that the leaked video was just the drop. Imagine that second. If this was merely the teaser, what does the full documentary look like? Screenshots of Vanessa's secret text convos? Private footage of extravagant shopping trips? Unfiltered rants about Kobe's old teammates? If Natalia really has a vault of receipts, Vanessa might be fighting a war on 2 fronts, against the media and against her own blood. And the fans? They're split down the middle. Some are screaming, "Let her live! She deserves happiness." Others are dragging her like she's auditioning for a Bravo reality show. Twitter threads are filled with side-by-side comparisons. Vanessa at Kobe's memorial, eyes filled with tears, versus Vanessa in the leaked footage, eyes filled with champagne sparkle. The contrast is brutal, and the memes practically write themselves. So here we are, left with the million-dollar question. What happens next? Does Vanessa come clean with a dramatic statement, maybe even spin it as a healing journey? Does Natalia drop more bombs and push this family feud straight into Netflix documentary territory? Or does the story quietly fade, leaving us all with one unforgettable image? The widow who turned her tragedy into a brand, now watching that brand crumble under the weight of her own daughter's betrayal. Either way, one thing is clear. Vanessa Bryant isn't just living in the shadow of Kobe's legacy anymore. She's fighting to survive her. So what do you think? Is Vanessa Bryant the grieving widow who deserves, or the party queen her own daughter just exposed to the... Is this a case of a mom finally letting loose, or a family feud about to explode into something way... Drop your thoughts in the comments, because trust me, I'll be reading every conspiracy theory you... Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notifications because this saga is far from... And the next leak might blow your mind even harder.